afternoon, this is Kathy Chavers, Travel Chairwoman, giving you an update. Bonjour, Amin. Right now, Boisfort has 0 active cases, and we have no one in isolation or quarantine, which is very good news. Our vaccines, basically, we've done over 850 vaccines, both first and second doses, and continue to schedule patients at the clinics. This is to help keep yourself, your family, and community safe against the pandemic. Currently, they're vaccinating Boisfort tribal enrolled members and their households, along with Fortune Bay and their enterprise employees, as well as tribal government staff. If you have questions about the vaccine, please call the clinics. Our next phase will be descendants after this, so please call the clinics to get on a callback list for scheduling. Net Lake Clinic is 218-757-3650, and Vermilion is 218-753-2182. I want to commend our staff at the clinic for getting these shots out the door. They're extremely important. Also, the clinic has been contacting individuals that have probably signed up, but when they call, it shows up as an unknown number, and so a lot of people probably aren't answering their phones. I know that when I get an unknown number, I don't answer it on my phone, so please answer if possible. But just to let you know that we will be getting some different cell phones to that will say the clinic numbers on them, and this issue with the unknown numbers, a CenturyTel issue that we have, is nothing that we can fix, but we can get those cell phones with the clinic numbers on them. Sometimes the purposes we're calling is because with the vaccine you can get maybe an extra shot out of it, and we're trying to find people to get those shots as soon as possible. So we may be calling people that are on the call list to come in and get a shot. So that's why it's important that you answer your phone, and hopefully we'll get that resolved with the cell phones with the clinic numbers on them. For most of you, you may have heard that we're in the process of obtaining a mobile vaccination unit that will be, it's actually an ambulance, and so we're going to be using that for our urban offices in Bemidji area. We're meeting next week on the plan with our urban office staff and also with the clinic staff with regards to our plan on when the mobile unit will be going out. So there will be pre-registration required, but please contact the Duluth or Minneapolis urban office to see if you're interested in getting the vaccine, and then we will get you more information once this is finalized. But we don't have the unit yet. We're in the process of getting it. So once that's done, we'll be heading down to the Minneapolis and Duluth areas, and also we want to do Bemidji. So we'll keep you posted on when those dates will be. Okay, also, just as an FYI, when you do get the vaccine, there is a wait time of 15 minutes after the shot to make sure that there is no reactions that occur from you receiving that vaccine. So it's, you just can't leave after you get the shot. We ask that you will stay around for at least 15 minutes to make sure there is no reaction that may occur. We will be having our Dr. Shanna Viter and Dr. William Dury doing vaccine videos, and we hope to have those out next week, hopefully. And so they will be giving some just basic information on the vaccines and stuff, and the importance of them. Also, please don't get complacent or lacking in social distancing or wearing your mask or anything, because if you do receive the vaccine, that doesn't mean you're immune to the virus. It means that you have less chance of getting it. But also, if you are in contact with someone that is positive, you still have to isolate and quarantine, even if you have the vaccine. So please continue and take all those necessary precautions to ensure that the people around you are safe as well. Right now, we know it's difficult times, and that there is issues with finances, food, everything else, utilities, rent, those things. So Boisfort band members, we did send out a postcard regarding that we've partnered with, Boisfort has partnered with Financial Choices with Lutheran Social Services Financial Counseling, where band members can get up to 6 free appointments each year. It's a certified and trusted nonprofit, and they offer various types of support so you can reach your financial goals and reduce stress. They will be available and to help if you have questions regarding any type of financial counseling you may need during these difficult times. But any questions you might have on it, you can also contact Travis Vaki, our career specialist here at 218-757-3261. And he will give you the more information. If you didn't get the postcards, we hope that you'll contact Travis to see about even just discussing, maybe ways to help you with your finances at this difficult time. We also have our emergency assistance program that was extended after December, and that's for those who did not apply for it previously, and also for those that do not have energy assistance through the state. So this program is in Minnesota, no income guidelines. There is an application, but if you received help from this program previously, then you're not eligible for it again. But one thing we found is that a lot of our people aren't applying. There are still people out there that aren't applying for these assistance programs that could use them. And so we're finding elders and others that aren't applying. So if you know of anybody that's a band member that can access these programs or services, please reach out to them or make them aware of them. But we're still running into people getting disconnection notices and stuff, and there's been many programs out there that can help people with that. So please, if you know of anybody, either extend a helping hand with them or point them in the right direction to our people here at the RTC office. Give a call, and I'm sure Charlie and Crystal and our reception people can assist with getting you to the right people. Our number is 218-757-3261. Also, there is what is called the rental assistance program that's coming out from the U.S. Treasury. Boys Fort has received their funding just now, and we will be meeting next week also with regard to an application, getting some of the eligibility established. But there are still some unanswered questions from the U.S. Treasury with regards to some of the eligibility. So, but we're going to try to get started on that, and hopefully once we get it finalized, we'll get a postcard out. We're finding that postcards work better than letters because people sometimes tend to throw our letters in the garbage because they don't think they're important. So we're going to be sending out postcards, notifying people of the rental assistance program. It can't be used for mortgages, and it can't be used for internet or telephone, because it can be used for utilities as well. So, but this is a little more required documentation as far as income loss or unemployment and that kind of thing. Way different than the CHAP program was. And so those are the federal government's guidelines, not the tribes, because this is actually funding coming from the federal government to the tribe and to the state and cities. So basically, we're going to be trying to get that out as soon as possible once some of those unanswered questions are completed, and get that assistance out to the people that need it with either utilities or their rent. Also, just an FYI from our last program, with the CHAP program, Boys Fort processed about 345 CHAP applications, which is awesome, because that's just 345 households that were helped through this program. We also have the 7 teaching series that was done by our mental health unit. Those were recorded, and we're working with on how people could able to be access this now that they've been recorded. So we'll get that information out to you as well. We also we'll be updating our website, but we'll be also having some workforce development training. It's called virtual flagging classes offered through MnDOT. For more information on this, you can contact Travis Vaki at 218-757-3261. The first class, though, is scheduled for Tuesday, February 23rd. There is a fee, and you need computer access, but again, any questions, get them to Travis. But that first class will be on February 23rd. It's a Tuesday. And so it's offered through MnDOT, and this will help you with if anybody's interested in doing flagging with construction companies. We're trying to get people trained and out there to work, because we know that there will probably be more infrastructure projects coming through the stimulus, whether it be this first one or another one. But that's one thing we'll be looking at. We really haven't heard anything with regards to the stimulus package at the federal government, just what you've heard on the news and radio. But we did, and I know a lot of the tribes have stressed for the flexibility on how to spend the funds. The last stimulus package, the CARES funding, was very restrictive for COVID funding. and very restrictive for tribes because it wouldn't let us work with the lost revenue that the casinos had by closing. And so we couldn't help offset some of those programs and services that were impacted by the closing of the casinos. Also, if we had previously budgeted something, we couldn't use stimulus money for that. So we're hoping for more flexibility with that new stimulus. Hopefully that will be passed soon. And as soon as we hear anything, we'll get it out to you as soon as possible. But right now, that's our updates for this week. And again, watch your mail. And I can't stress how much it is important to make sure your addresses are updated, because we're trying to get this information out to everybody, either by postcards or letters or what have you, even getting applications out to you. So make sure your addresses are updated. We know that a lot of people may have moved or may not have updated their addresses, but we really need to get those addresses as current as possible. With that, I'd like to say Chimigwich, thank you all. Make sure you social distance, wear your masks, and avoid attending large gatherings, and stay safe, stay warm. It's going to get cold here in Minnesota, and we look forward to talking to you again next week. So Chimigwich, have a great day. Thank you.